What's up, my comic comrades? The long wait is over. We are finally getting a brand new Invincible series. It's a spin-off prequel series set around fan favorite character Battle Beast. And let me tell you, it's absolutely amazing. It's everything you'd expect from a Battle Beast series so far. So let's dive into the Invincible Universe Battle Beast issue 1 and see what happens. The issue starts off with the scene that happened in Invincible 19, Battle Beast's very first appearance. You see, in that issue, Machine Head brought Battle Beast and several other characters to fight the Guardians of the Globe, and Battle Beast made quick work of them. Then as he held Bulletproof and Black Samson's bloody bodies in the air, he screamed, "Is this the best you can offer? I could kill you all with my bare hands, but it would prove nothing. I came for sport, the thrill of the hunt. I was told this realm offered fierce and worthy combatants. I was deceived. You have nothing to offer me. You have been a pathetic waste of my time. Today is not a good day." And as he steps back through his portal, a bloody Invincible says, "Jerk." Now, even though this is just a recreation of that scene we see in Invincible 19, right after this, the book takes us to the other side of it. We see what happens to Battle Beast once he steps through that portal and back onto his ship. He says, "Your tales of this earth were complete lies. There was no challenge offered, no test of my might. I encountered not one single being worthy of my power," which is a true testament to just how powerful Battle Beast is. That he encountered no one worthy of his power is utterly insane, considering Invincible, Immortal, and several others make up the Guardians of the Globe. They're essentially the Justice League or Avengers of the Invincible Universe. Anyway, Battle Beast goes on to say, "I would kill you all again in a more savage manner were it possible." As we see, the ship he's on has blood everywhere with dead alien bodies. A voice says, "To be fair, they were under duress when they sent you to Earth." Battle Beast responds, "Who speaks? You dare approach Battle Beast unannounced?" The voice says, "I am the ship's computer. I have always been here. I was told to keep my presence a secret in case it provided any advantage in my crew's altercation with you. Now that they are long dead, I see no logical reason to remain silent." Battle Beast says, "I find your tone of voice irritating. Cease paddling, or I will tear the ship apart until whatever drive houses your consciousness is destroyed." With the computer responding, "Yes, Captain." Sometime later, as we see Battle Beast rocketing through space in the ship he's taken over, the ship's computer says, "I have changed the tone of my voice so that I may speak. Does this please your ears?" Battle Beast, while chowing down on the people he stole the ship from, says, "I have endured weeks of silence aboard the ship. Your words are a welcome change." The ship's computer replies, "Surely you must know my long-deceased crew will not offer you proper sustenance in their decayed state. Why do you consume them?" Battle Beast replies, "While I usually prefer a fresh kill, I have devoured far more rotten game in my travels. I expected to have reached a spaceport by this time. I do not know this quadrant well." The ship asks, "Where would you like to go? I'm sure I could provide you the assistance you require. It is my program function after all." Battle Beast, while continuing to eat the crew, says, "This kill will sustain me for the immediate future. I desire only battle. I hunger only for a worthy opponent with which to test my might." The computer says, "Okay, I'll ask, why?" A bloody Battle Beast, as we see all the bones and flesh behind him that he's been eating, says, "Normally I would ignore your question, as I am not one to speak of my past or explain my actions in any way, especially to a life form beneath me. But I realize I have not spoken to anyone for some time, and I feel I should share my story occasionally for fear I will otherwise forget it. For you to truly understand the glory I seek, I will have to reveal where I come from." And from here, Battle Beast starts to give us his origin. But while we're on the topic of revealing secrets, we all know you could find pretty much anything on the internet. And unfortunately, that includes things like your personal email, your home address, phone number, and even who your relatives are. And all that information is easily accessible because of data brokers who profit by selling your information to robocallers, telemarketers, spammers, and anyone else that wants to learn more about you. But now you could be the one doing the outsmarting with today's sponsor, Aura. Aura will identify data brokers that are exposing your information and automatically submit opt-out requests on your behalf. They'll even opt you out of junk mail and telemarketing lists. You could use our link, aura.com/variant, to try it for free for 2 weeks and see how many data brokers are sharing your information. Aura also monitors your emails and passwords to see if they were involved in a data breach or exposed on the dark web, and then gives you recommendations on what to do. Aura's app also features a VPN, password manager, real-time credit and identity theft monitoring, internet parental controls, and protects your devices from malware. Aura basically has every internet safety tool you'll ever need, all inside one app. So let Aura do the hard work of keeping you safe online. If you sign up now, Aura will give you a 2-week free trial with our link. I promise you'll be shocked at how much of your private information Aura finds exposed over those 2 weeks. Go to aura.com/variant to start your free trial. It's also linked below in the description, or scan the QR code. Now, jumping back to Battle Beast 1, he begins to tell the computer his story by saying, "I was known as Stock on my home world of Dorne. It was a savage, untamed world. All we knew as people was constant war. As I grew to fighting age, a rage boiled within me. I wasn't able to contain it. In time, my strength grew to match my rage, and I viewed this bottomless well of fury as a gift. And while he's speaking, we get brutal imagery of Battle Beast destroying warriors against him on his home planet. His captions continue, but as I brought peace to my world and the wars ended, my rage continued, even intensified. I realized it was a curse. I had to leave the utopia I had created so that my rage wouldn't destroy it. Now I travel the cosmos looking for worthy opponents who can exhaust my rage, who can withstand the fury I bring unmatched to every battle I face. So essentially, Battle Beast isn't just named Battle Beast for the fun of it. He is all about battle and war. He has an insatiable hunger to fight, constantly looking for someone who will present a challenge to him to even possibly kill him, putting an end to his unquenchable rage. Battle Beast tells the computer, I feel it is a journey without end. For all the time I have been traversing the stars, I have yet to find an opponent who offered any challenge at all. So the computer responds, so let me get this straight. You're mad all the time and always ready for a fight. You just want to travel through space looking for the biggest and most brutal fights, and your goal is to find an opponent powerful enough to test your might to the point that they actually beat you? As Battle Beast says yes to all of it. The ship's computer basically says, I have a vast database of the cosmos. I have access to countless data centers with endless information on the known universe. I could direct you to what would most likely be worthy opponents. The truth is, I was quite fond of the previous crew of this vessel. They were the closest thing I ever had to a family. So I'm compelled by my programming to reveal that my end goal would be to find someone powerful enough to kill you. Battle Beast says to the computer, well, computer, I am pleased to inform you that our goals are completely aligned. This is the only release from this curse I can conceive of. I have grown tired of its cold embrace. So I implore you, my new artificial friend, take your best shot. We then get a badass panel from Ryan Ottley as we see Battle Beast sitting in the captain's chair as if he's sitting on a throne while holding his awesome sword. The computer then tells him, okay then, let me scan my database and see how fast we could end your life. This leads Battle Beast to an abandoned planet as he makes his way to some sort of structure. When he gets close to it, he sees a face sticking out of a cylindrical structure. Curious, he goes up to it and smells it, saying, you do not fool me, creature. I know that you live. The creature then opens all of its eyes and shows its teeth, saying, what manner of world in this present eon breeds a creature so obviously possessing such power yet so wise? It is known to me that these two attributes are too often at odds and are rarely found together in a single being, and yet here you are. Consider me impressed. The creature continues, please forgive my failed attempt to deceive, traveler. I have been a prisoner on this planetoid for countless ages at the mercy of all I encounter. Playing dead has been my only means of defense. But Battle Beast just continues to stare at the creature as the creature then says, I look upon you and see who possesses the might to free me. I beg of you, my feeble and brittle old bones ache to be rid of this containment. Please allow an old and helpless creature the ability to live out my final days neither restrained nor confined. Battle Beast just continues to stare and snarls at him while saying not a single word. So the creature keeps talking and he says, you are not the trusting type I see. I respect that. If you choose to walk away, first allow me to thank you for providing me a brief audience. My words have fallen prey to this empty void for longer than I can remember. While you remain, let me tell you why I find myself in such a state. I was the prince of a great empire far across the cosmos. My father was dying, my time to rule was at hand. My foul and brutal sister would not have it. She ravaged our kingdom, decimated our royal guard, imprisoned me in this cosmic nail, and banished me to this desolate world. I know not what became of my people. My poor mother, whether she lives or dies, remains a mystery. At this point, Battle Beast punches the cosmic nail, sending cracks all the way through it, with the creature laughing, saying yes. As we see him break free on the next page, he stands up and towers over Battle Beast, saying, you fool, I am the Colossus of MCU, not really sure how it's pronounced. Anyway, he goes on to say, I am a tyrant who conquered empires. I was the terror of the known universe. I have been locked away here for so long, I have been forgotten. But now my reign of terror begins anew. To free me, you weak-minded cretin, means death, but Battle Beast simply does not care. He jumps on the Colossus's chest, wrapping his hooded cape around the creature's neck, saying, I know your story, tyrant. I didn't free you because you tricked me. I know your power, and I want it. All of it. Give it to me. As he headbutts the creature in the face, breaking several of its teeth, Battle Beast gets a little wounded from the headbutt and falls to the ground as the creature says, funny. Clearly, you do not know everything about me. The first devastating blow you received was from yourself. Still want all my power? Battle Beast with a bloody forehead looks up at the creature saying, yes, give me all of it. The creature says, as you wish. You are a fast one, and I am still groggy from my imprisonment. Do not let the fact that you have survived this conflict momentarily convince yourself you might win. That would be foolish. Battle Beast then pulls out a sword and cuts off 3 of the creature's fingers while saying, is that all the power you possess? I said, I want all of it. If you are still groggy from your confinement, I will grant grant you time to recover. I want to face you at full power. The creature says, recover, you say? I do it faster than most, as we see his fingers grow back. Battle Beast then swings his sword at the creature again, but the creature catches it, saying, you face me with mere toys at your disposal. My body is the strongest weapon here, as he shatters Battle Beast's sword and puts Battle Beast in a headlock. Thinking he still has the upper hand, Battle Beast starts chewing through the creature's arm until he chews it completely off. It is amazing imagery, and we see green blood and gore go everywhere. This is peak Ryan Ottley art. You can tell he's having so much fun drawing this book. We then see Battle Beast holding the creature's arm as the creature says, okay, that will take longer to grow back. Battle Beast doesn't waste any time, and he jumps towards the creature, giving him a two-legged kick while simultaneously cutting him with the creature's own arm. Battle Beast then tells the creature, you threaten only disappointment, monster. As the creature grabs Battle Beast by the head and brings him toward him, he says, it will take more than this too, as we see a Swash caption with the creature's eyes wide open, revealing on the next page that Battle Beast cut the creature in half with the blade protruding from the creature's own arm. Then as the creature lies there in two pieces, he says, if I'm to die, it is enough that I do so freely on my back, looking at the stars. For that, at least I thank you. Battle Beast, covered in the creature's blood, looks down at him, saying, you were imprisoned on this world for thousands of years. Tales of your might have grown into legend during that time. The legends were wrong. You were not a worthy opponent. We then see him walk away, dragging the creature's arm that he bit off. And while he's walking away, he hears a voice saying, help me. And we see it's an alien coming out of the creature's body, evidently trapped inside, now free because Battle Beast cut him in half. The alien crawls its way out and over to Battle Beast, saying, I do not know where I am or who you are, but I am Prince Salaka, heir to the Fontanian Empire, and you have felled a great enemy of my people. If you could find more compassion within you to return me to my kingdom, I promise I can make it worth your while. But Battle Beast just looks at him and says nothing. However, on the next page, we see that he's brought the alien back to the ship, carrying him on one of his shoulders. The computer then says, I wager you are as deeply disappointed as I am to see that you have survived this encounter. I will search my database to find someone or something more deadly at once. Battle Beast responds, see that you do. The computer then asks, who is that? Battle Beast says, food for the journey ahead. The computer responds, the giant severed arm. Yes, that I could have guessed. Note I said who and not what. Who is that? Battle Beast throws the alien to the floor, saying, more food. It lives. Will stay fresher longer. As the alien looks up at Battle Beast with tears streaming down its eyes, the issue ends. This was an extremely fun read and an amazing start to the Battle Beast series. I love that it picks up from Invincible 19, giving us Battle Beast's side, showing what he did after he defeated the Guardians of the Globe. But I also love that it seems like the whole point of this book is going to be Battle Beast trying to find an opponent worthy enough to defeat him. He just has a death wish out to find someone stronger than him, and he can't find them. Now, we know ultimately Battle Beast meets his match with Thrag in a battle that lasted days, but in the end, Thrag wins, ripping out Battle Beast's insides, with Battle Beast saying, thank you, finally giving him the worthy battle he was always looking for. So since we know who the ultimate opponent for Battle Beast was and how he died, that means this series is going to be Battle Beast wrecking shop on everybody he goes up against, and that's going to be a ton of fun. I can't wait for this ride to keep going, and the fact that we have Robert Kirkman and Ryan Ottley back on an Invincible book yet again is utterly amazing. I'm also curious to see if this will spawn any other Invincible Universe books. One can only hope. In any case, this book promises to be potentially the best and most action-packed superhero series coming out each month, and we're here for it. But what do you guys think? Let us know your thoughts down in the comments. Other than that, we will see you next time when we talk about all things comics.